Hi, this is Alan from Alpus Group, and I'm going to talk to you today about how Alpus can help you to make money from commercial to residential conversions. Who am I? Well, I'm Alan Edwards. I'm a chartered construction manager with decades of experience, and I may be able to help you to avoid mistakes and save money with your project. I've carried out many projects from the smallest to the largest, around $1.5 billion in the UK and internationally. I wrote a book about my project experience called Project Deliverance, which is available on Amazon on the link below. This is one of the past projects, Chelsea Harbour mixed-use development, where the site was transformed from essentially a scrapyard, a derelict area, to very high-quality residential accommodation, extremely high-value accommodation. This is the extent of the site, acres of site here redeveloped and increased in value massively. This is another of my projects at Hyde Park Gate, where we converted a listed building from a single dwelling use into 18 serviced accommodation flats. It was an extensive reconstruction and refurbishment, and you can see the quality of the construction, the quality of the finishes, and this property is still operating in London as serviced accommodation at the moment. You can book a stay there if you like. So how does Alpus help you with our project and construction management services? We represent your interest totally while you retain control of your property investment. Tell us what are your goals and your long-term strategy. We'll identify potential development sites for you. We will prepare a contracting strategy to implement your project. We will prepare contracts between you and your designers and contractors. We are your eyes and ears on the project and on site. We report to you regularly about progress against plans. We make recommendations about the best actions to take to maximize your profits, holding your hand at every stage. What are the property development opportunities in the UK property market? There are change of use cases being implemented in the UK since September 2020, which means you have permitted development rights to carry out certain types of conversion from commercial use to residential, or demolition of unused commercial buildings and replacement with residential. These permitted development rights are constantly changing, and we need to look at the latest amendments to see what is applicable to which buildings and in which areas. But in principle, these changes of use give the possibility of big increases in values. With recession, commercial property prices are reduced. There is the possibility for massive profits from change of use. There is the opportunity to refinance for the long term and essentially triple your profits over a short period of about 2 years. What is the Alpus formula for property development success? We've got a 5-step development process. Step 1 is to identify potential development sites. Step 2 is preliminary design and feasibility. Step 3 is site acquisition and planning permission. Step 4 is marketing and sales plan. Step 5 is detailed design and construction. Step 1, the identification of potential development sites. Alpus has professional contacts and an active network throughout the UK as well as in Europe, so we can identify potential development sites for you. We will offer you potential development sites depending on the area in which you would like to invest and the value of the investment that you'd like to make. We currently have potential development sites in Hampshire, Surrey and Sussex, as well as the other parts of the UK. Step 2, preliminary design and feasibility. Alpus will help you to arrange the necessary designers and consultants for your proposed property development. We will prepare the contracts for you to sign. We will prepare a contracting strategy to implement your project. We will prepare a feasibility study and a development appraisal for your project. Hence, you are happy to proceed to implementation. We will help you with the next steps. Step 3, site acquisition and planning permission. Alpus will guide you through the next step of site acquisition and planning permission while keeping your risk to the minimum. We may recommend that you take out an option to purchase the site subject to planning permission, since this is the least risk for any investor. In other cases where there are permitted development rights, we may recommend outright purchase of the site. We will appraise you of the risks at all stages. So what essentially will happen with permitted development rights is you may purchase at one price using bridging finance, and then once you've got confirmation of the permitted development from the local authority, you can refinance at a higher value because you essentially have the permission to redevelop to residential. This needs looking at in each particular case to ensure that the development conforms with the permitted development criteria. Funding and cash flow considerations and refinance for the long term. Alpus will help you to appraise your potential development site for maximising profitability. We will advise you whether it's appropriate to hold the site for the long term and thus increase your profitability. We can help you to identify funding sources for financing your property development. Once you are happy to proceed to implement your property development, we will help you with the next steps. Step 4, marketing and sales. Depending on the type of property development that you may wish to carry out, we can help you to arrange the appropriate marketing and sales campaigns. These could be for residential or retirement homes, commercial, high street and out of town retail or offices, industrial, hotel and mixed use. And some of these sectors are in high demand at the moment in certain areas of the country. For example, industrial or storage sites are in high demand, particularly in areas where there are new ports, new government-free ports, and also out-of-town retail drive-throughs are also in high demand in certain areas. You've got to look specifically at the traffic movements in the area to see whether these sort of sites will be of interest to the roadside retail chains. Step 5, detailed design and construction. We will arrange your property development for the most appropriate contracting strategy depending on your priorities. We will seek bids based on the preliminary design documents and pre-qualified contractors. We will recommend and advise you which is the most appropriate designer or contractor to use. We will manage all contracts on your behalf. Contracting strategy. We may recommend one of the following strategies. Traditional procurement, where the client engages the designers and procures a main contractor to implement his designs. This is in small letters because this is something we want to avoid, where the client has the obligation to produce all the detailed designs and coordinate all the designers. So we prefer to take an approach involving design and build contract, where the contractor undertakes the detailed design. The client is only responsible for the preliminary design and formulation of the employer's requirements. And construction management, where there's no main contractor, but a construction manager would manage a series of trade or package contractors on the client's behalf. So this means that all the work, the design work, is let to design contractors or design and installation contractors. But we'll arrange things so as to protect you from delays and minimize the possibility of contractual claims. Step 5, detailed design and construction. Depending on the particular project, we will advise you regarding the most appropriate means of getting all the designs and construction completed. We also have recommendations about how to improve your profitability by offering various options to customers or clients. We will take account of proposed handover arrangements with future occupiers and tenants. During our appraisal of the project, we will advise you regarding any possibilities for the use of system building methods and modular construction. These may be appropriate where you're extending upwards on top of existing buildings using airspace rights. And these are, of course, subject to planning approval or, in certain cases, permitted developments, but there are criteria that must be conformed to, which means that essentially the local authority has a right of veto if you are looking to extend upwards. This will be for the optimization of the program and certainty of achieving your timescales and profitability. Project management and control systems. At all stages, Alpus will ensure you're advised and have systems in place for the following aspects: project management or construction management, health and safety, quality assurance and control, environmental management and control, risk assessment, analysis and management, stakeholder management. So to recap, with our 5-step property development success formula, we will help you with number 1, the identification of potential development sites. We carry out letter campaigns direct to vendor, and we also use software to identify potential development sites. Number 2, preliminary design and feasibility. We establish what are the possible redevelopment options, and we look at funding and cash flow considerations and refinance for the longer term at this stage. Item 3, acquisition of the site and planning permission. This may be permitted development rights, or it may be a planning approval case, but this is the 3rd stage, and it may mean that offers are made for the sites on the basis of an option rather than a straightforward purchase. That means that if the planning permission doesn't succeed, you're not committed to buying the site. Item 4 is marketing and sales, and we look at this with regard to the purpose of the development and how best to achieve the maximum value from the development. Item 5 is detailed design and construction, including system building considerations. So that's modern methods of construction wherever possible. Less likely with conversions of commercial buildings to residential, but it is something we look at. So if our services are of interest to you as a property investor or a property owner, then please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. Email me, Alan at Alpus Group, or you can phone me on +44 7539 141257 or +44 333 224 1257. We'll give you a proposal based on your specific requirements and our unique knowledge and expertise of ourselves and our professional partners and network. We operate in the UK and throughout Europe, and we also carry out joint ventures using the same principles that we've identified here. So if you're interested in joint venturing with us, give me a call or drop me an email on the same contact numbers. And if you would like a webinar replay of our property development success case study, and this has a link to a course which is priced at £397, then you're welcome to go to this link. We'll send this to you separately following the webinar. So thanks for your attention, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Alpus transforms property value. We acquire property, then repurpose it to give the best returns to property owners and investors. So if you don't want to develop a property yourself, you can make us aware of one, and we actually pay commissions to introducers of sites that subsequently are purchased by us. Okay, those are our contact details again: www.alpusgroup.com, the telephone number +44 7539 141257 or +44 333 224 1257. Email me at Alan at Alpus Group, or schedule a call at calendly.com/AlanJE. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye.